We have more prisons than any other country in the world per capita. We have more, period, than any other country in the world, even China. B, under top-off NLE exercises and others, the government has drilled in every major city publicly to lock down cities and put you in sports stadiums and put concertina wire around them. That's what dictators always use worldwide for over 100 years, is sports stadiums. So there's your big camp. You got where the Houston Astros play. You got the Houston Texans. You've got your high school facilities. You also have old military bases that they have refurbished with the barbed wire aiming in. But they don't put big neon signs up saying, this is a camp, this is a camp, this is a camp, this is a camp. We only know about it because of the funding through Congress for the purchase orders for the camps that have been in the Houston Chronicle and everywhere else. But that's your camps. Then you have things like Camp X-Ray and black sites around the world. Okay, on the subject of FEMA camps, I predicted 2 months before, whenever Glenn Beck came out and said, I believe the camps are real, but we're doing an investigation. I even named the fake camps he was going to name, because I had debunked them back in 96, 97, the Indiana Amtrak terminal and others. And then he did one and didn't attribute the source. He showed a satellite photo of a North Korean labor camp and then just said someone made it up. So you can always find disinfo. You can find people on the web saying blood-drinking chupacabra to control things. That doesn't mean it's the case. And so he didn't address the Houston Chronicle, the civilian inmate labor camp program that lists in the original document 12, now 24, civilian inmate labor camp programs. It doesn't list the supermaxes around the country. They're opening for political dissidents. That's been ABC News, U.S. News World Report. I mean, people are still calling me saying, where's the proof they're going to put the military on the streets? AP, Reuters, Army Times, Pentagon, Northcom. They want 379,000 troops. They've already got 40,000 troops on the streets. Marines and Army are everywhere running illegal checkpoints, unannounced. But it's confirmed in local news. Local news says, why are Marines out searching people? Well, you're not for drunks, are you? You know, it's for PR purposes to set the table and get everybody prepared for this. It's like 10 years ago, I'd read Club of Rome and UN documents how they were going to have a global carbon tax and tax carbon dioxide, and people wrote big national articles saying I was a lying, crazy kook. 3 years ago, when I made Endgame, right as I was about to release it, I had the heir to the Rothschild fortune on, Lord Rothschild's son, who heads up all these big green movements, but David de Rothschild, Lord Rothschild's son, and I said, it's a carbon tax. He said, no, that's a conspiracy theory, and laughed at me. Now, he knew it was a carbon tax. Then we cut to Al Gore that same week saying it's a carbon tax. But see, they had national media say it didn't exist for years, so we couldn't build an opposition. They know you're lazy. They know you want to rationalize. They know you don't want to get involved. Hitler said that good propaganda speaks to people's laziness, and it's simple. It's not complex like this radio show. And so it's real simple. There's no carbon tax. There's no global government. The banks didn't engineer this. There's no plan. Well, I have all these documents. I have all these textbooks. I have all these plans. You're about to pass the legislation. It's passed the House. It's in the Senate. And, you know, Salon and New Republic and all these big publications every week say Alex Jones is insane and believes there's a global government and a carbon tax, and they laugh. Ha, 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 ha. They're laughing so weak-minded people who are looking look at that and go, must be nothing here. Yeah, that guy's a kook. He gets angry. And then once they pass it, they say, we always said we were going to do this. It's the same thing with FEMA camps. Everybody calls me about, are there troops? I heard there were troops. And I'm like, well, here's 500 mainstream news articles plus on Infowars and Prison Planet. We've had the Army colonels on, the Army generals, the Marines on. We've had local news on. We've had state police press releases. I mean, I remember since 99, I would release leaked government documents stating that the government was setting up a federalized police force for gun owners, conservatives, landowners, rural people, and the spy networks. And people paid attention some. Now I release those documents, it finally breaks into the mainstream news. That's why we're now dangerous, because we have a big enough audience of activists to, if we do everything we can and hit them as hard as we can punch through. We've just now gotten to the point where we can land blows. We've just now gotten to the point where we can get in the boxing ring with these people and hold our own. And we're bleeding and got black eyes, and they're beating the hell out of us, but we've knocked them to the mat a few times, and, you know, we're totally focused and committed. It's a thriller in Manila. And if we can just keep the rounds going, we're going to beat these people, because they're now in afterburner. They're trying to bring it in, so they're lying about everything while simultaneously admitting they're setting up a world government. All these years they've denied it, so it's blowing up in their face. They say there's no mercury in the shot. Millions of people are reading the insert and reading that. People are waking up. And it's this radio audience that has more credit than anybody. I salute you.